Thank you, Michael. Good to be back here again. I know everybody's excited to start the season here this weekend here in Oklahoma and really around college football here this Thursday. But like everybody, I guess this time of year after a long preseason, and they've stretched it out now, which I think the preseason schedule for college football is really great right now. You have so many fewer heat-related problems in the way we've stretched out practices and allow the players to recover between them, and it gives you more time for some meetings and implementing your plan. So, but after 3 weeks, it's a pretty long time, and our players are really anxious, like I'm sure everyone is around the country. You get tired of looking at each other, going against each other, and you're anxious to start the season, get into new competition and playing somebody else and beginning your year, and we're excited about that here at home this weekend, and with Tennessee-Chattanooga coming, and hopefully just starting the season in a positive way of playing in a sharp way where you eliminate mental mistakes, foolish penalties, take care of the ball, those kind of things, and so we're excited to be starting here at home this weekend and looking forward to beginning the year.
When you look at your team overall, especially after the training camp, as you get ready to open the first game, do you like the place where your team is at least going into this game?
I do. I feel we've had a lot of really good work and competition against one another. We've had a lot of good work. We've come out with relatively few injuries. The only guys that have injuries that are real close to being back, are Austin Box and Quentin Carter. So I do. I felt like the guys were really energetic and excited to practice yesterday because it's game week. So I do feel like we're in a good place.
I defer to age.
I'm just interested in your special teams. Seems like a lot of guys are ready to change it. Talk about them if you will.
Well, we lost a few guys, but really Mike Knoll's back punting the ball. Derek Shaw's had an Achilles injury, but some young guys have come in. Ben Hampton and James Winchester snapped the ball beautifully. Have been fabulous through camp, and really excited about those guys. Let's see. Kickers, Jimmy Stevens has really been really consistent and good and solid through our camp. I've been very happy with Jimmy, and then some other guys, Matt Moreland and Tress Way have a little bit bigger legs, but Jimmy's really good 50 and in. He's been very, very good. These other guys just have those really big legs that can get you some really long ones, and we'll really concentrate on kickoffs as well. Carter Whitson replaces Hayes McEachern holding the snaps, and he's been very good and very solid through camp. Jimmy's right foot. Tress is left.
Have you decided who will do your kickoff today?
Matt Moreland.
Bob, you were talking about Austin Box, the linebacker, a minute ago. Where are you with that? And in a game like this, I mean, will you juggle a lot of guys in there? And in a game like this, how many linebackers will you play?
Well, Mike Balogun will begin there in that position at the will backer with Ryan Reynolds and Keenan Clayton, and those guys have been solid. So, and then from there we'll just see some other guys. Lamont Robinson has done some things. Travis Wilson some. We'll just see how through the week how much Coach Venables how Brent feels about those other guys, and I'm sure some of them will play to some degree.
Bob, a lot of teams are announcing suspensions for the first game. This happens a lot around the country. Having players.
Yeah, I'm not much for announcing suspensions because then they get their pictures in the paper and everyone talks about that. But like everybody, there'll be some guys that that for various reasons, from academics to many other issues that we may hold, and we'll see when we get to the game.
Bob, in the secondary, is that solidified, and you still have competition at certain spots? Or
yeah, there's always competition, and there is competition again with Sam Proctor if he continues to come on like he has at safety, you have the ability to do some things with Lendy Holmes. If other guys at the corner position aren't doing what we feel the need, all those guys have been good and solid, but they need to play on Saturdays and show up and make plays we expect them to make. So there will always be competition there.
Who's emerged as your nickel and dime?
Well, Keenan's about as fast a guy as we have on the field, so we don't need to replace him. So right now we're not looking to move Keenan out of there.
Is
Jonathan Nelson does some of the dime stuff, and J.R. Bryant does some of our extra six-pack stuff, we call it. So all those guys will work in there some.
Bob, given the experience and the depth that you have in your front four, what do you expect from that group this season?
Well, we'll challenge them. We expect a lot from them. Expect them to be incredibly physical and strong against the run, and we expect them to pressure the quarterback without having to blitz all the time. So, we'll definitely challenge those guys to play to a level we feel they're capable of.
Do you go into this game planning to play Mike Ballaghan as your starting linebacker with the ones the whole way, or do you want to put other people in there and see how they react?
Well, we're planning on him to be the one unless he doesn't perform all week at practice, and then we'll see who else is ready to play that we feel all right. If he depending on the pace of the game, if he needs spelled a series, who's the next guy to be in.
Talk about Ryan Reynolds, if you will, his health, and just is he coming along to the degree that you really need him to since Lofton's gone?
He has. He is healthy. He's made it through all our practices, and I think for everybody, just we gave him off from the weekend. Really helped all of them come back more fresh, ready to go Monday. But he's fine.
Who's going to be your punt and kick returners?
For sure, Dominique Franks, and then we'll always, depending on how tired somebody is, Joaquin Iglesias, Manuel Johnson, Ryan Broyles, those four, we'll work in there and just see who we feel making sure they're secure with the ball and who has a chance to make some big plays.
What do you like about Dom in that position?
He just has a great knack. Everything I've seen to this point, he's really caught the ball well. And then he's really shown an ability to make some people miss him, to find seams and to find holes and to make some big plays with it. And hopefully we'll see that as we go through the year.
I know you worked in training camp against the new rules or with the new rules and things like that. Do you really think they're going to have that much of an impact?
Some of the ones, it will be interesting too, just with when the ball goes out of bounds, once it's spotted, the clock will start again. Fans may notice a little faster game. I just think more than anything, it'll be more, it's obvious, it'll just be a more consistent pace. And I think the ball will be spotted quicker than it has been, so the offenses will be able to dictate how fast they want to snap the ball. So you may see more of that. But overall, I think more than anything, a more consistent pace. And then some of the rules, like I said, with the ball going out of bounds and starting, once it's spotted again with the clock going, some of that will be a little bit different.
Do you plan on huddling some and not huddling some as far as offense?
Sure. I mean, those are things we'll go into each game with the ability to do both. And I think we're at a point where, hopefully it'll be fairly natural for us to do that.
Bob, since Al's not here, I think he'd probably want to know who's starting at quarterback would probably be his question. Can you address Sam, though, and where he is versus the end of last year?
Yeah, coming into this year, we had named Sam the starter, and I'm sure by this day, I can't remember for sure, but I would guess. And you still were, there was the unknown of being in the game and handling it all, and gosh, I wish I'd have known now what I didn't know then. I would have been a lot less anxious. Though I did have a good feeling that he was a poised guy that was going to do well and wasn't going to force the issue and was going to play within the system because he is such a together bright guy and how he handles himself and how he works. That I really felt that going into last year, and geez, it manifested itself in a way that was just incredible. To throw 36 TDs to 8 interceptions as a freshman just doesn't happen a lot. And then he had a couple of games, didn't he, or back-to-back games where he had 22 or 24 straight completions, and I'm sure they were, against good, quality people. We expect him this year. I tell you, it's been fun to watch him through camp. I don't think there's any question. He's a stronger, more polished thrower. He's bigger. His deep balls are higher and better. So he's been very sharp. So I think he's got a chance to really be special. And I don't want him to, more than anything, we don't want him to go out and try and be Superman. Just take what's there, be efficient, let the players around you help you like you did a year ago. And I think naturally some things will happen just with his increased ability and strength and a little better on the deep balls. Those kind of things I think hopefully will happen.